thanks for staying with us. If you just joined us, this is Enterprise Morning. We are heading into our main conversation segment on the midweek episode. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has suspended its nationwide protests, which were held in different states of the Federation earlier on Tuesday. Labour, in a communique at the end of its National Executive Council meeting, said the objectives of the protest had been achieved on the first day of the demonstrations. Let's quote a portion of the communique as it was released. Quote, consequently, NEC in session resolved as follows: to suspend street action for the second day of the protest, having achieved overwhelming success, thus attained the key objectives of the two-day protest on the first day. End quote. Nigeria has been hit by rising inflation, food inflation, forex crisis, economic hardship, and high cost of living, occasioned by the removal of petrol subsidy, attracting protests in parts of the country. The presidency had engaged labor leaders in a last-minute talks on Monday night, but the meeting ended in a stalemate as the NLC insisted that the protest was going to hold. The NLC grounded activities across the country on Tuesday, with President Joe Ajaero of the Congress saying that the protest was about hunger and not just a clamor for a review of the minimum wage. I still have with me in the studio Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, who has been gracious enough to stay back and join us on the main conversation segment. Barrister, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Yes. There are two issues here as far as we want to begin the conversation. The NLC calling off the protest, which for a lot of people comes like saying, we've seen this pattern over time since last year. They call for a protest. A day or two later, they said they're going to discuss with government and they're sure now that things are going to get better. They call off the protest. Do you think that the NLC's action in calling off the protest after day one sufficiently captures the mood and feelings of Nigerians regarding what's going on in the country?
I think given the reason given by the what's it called, NLC, I think we should be satisfied with it, because when they say that, look, they will achieve our objective, it was a success as far as they are concerned, and what they want to pass, the message has been passed. So why must we flog the issue? That's what they are trying to tell us. That look, the essence of this is to bring our hardship to the attention of the president, because some of the people around the president may not let the president know, and we have achieved that. This has been achieved. So why must we continue with the protest? After all, it's not a strike; it's a protest. So if we are able to, because we blame the NSAS protest, the thereafter, the event that happened thereafter, the hijack or whatever they call it, that happened thereafter, I will blame it on the fact that, look, they did not plan well to know when to call it off. And so if Labour is saying that, look, we are satisfied with with what we want to achieve, we have achieved our objective. So once we achieve your objective, what are you looking for again? So, and again, they've also said, look, we are extending our deadline to the government. If the government did not meet our demand, we'll go on strike. Because, and again, you have to also look at it in this manner. The government is also saying that, look, we have made their demands. So that's an issue to be debated. But even though I do not believe that they've made their demand, if they have made their demand, because I listened to the minister, the woman in charge of labor yesterday. I don't know whether she's still state minister of state or labor,
state,
or maybe it's still because we don't have a
so minister. Yes.
She was saying that when they ask her some questions, she said, go and ask the Ministry of Information. The Ministry of Finance will tell them what we have done. It's not about telling us. We can see it. If we can see it, then we know you have done it. So for me, we should just make it softly for the labor. Labor are just being wise, because bearing in mind that, look, TUC pulled out. Bearing in mind that we are told 60-something members of the in quotes of what's it called, the civil society, pulled out. So if you begin to do things and then people become it becomes something that is not you become more useless.
Yes.
So they try to look at it critically and say, look, before we become redundant, let's just thank God we have achieved this. Let's go back and then replan. I think for me, I don't see anything bad in it. Even though I don't trust, the trust is our problem. It's difficult for them in a way, because they have to look within the balance between engaging the government and not creating hardship or more hardship to the people.
Yes.
So that's why they need to look at it. They need to create that balance. to see whether or not. And that's why sometimes when you see they call up the strike or whatever, maybe they are looking in that matter too. And sometimes the government blackmail them. This blackmail of putting policies into it, putting you can see now ethnic sentiment into it. You can see some people coming out at ethnic groups saying so people should not join. Yes. For example, they came out and say the Yorubas should not join the protest. So it becomes a ethnic issue. Some people will see Labour Union as Labour Party, and therefore they're being used by Labour Party to destroy the government. So they need to create a balance. Once you are able to achieve your objective, I don't see anything bad in them retrieving.
Yes,
and yes, because in Yoruba, I don't know how to interpret it. They say Majamasa, Lama Kikanjulogun. That if you know when to retrieve, that's why you are seen as the best fighter or soldier in war. So that's what they are trying to do now. I think they are trying to recruit and see and evaluate what they have done and see the way forward. And again, they even tell us, look, we are not going back. We are coming back in 14 days' time if the government fails to meet our demand, which I believe the government will not be able to meet. Because the issue of, even though, like I said, the minister said they've met all the demands. I have not seen the buses, which CNG buses. I've not seen them. Most of the things they say they will do, I've not seen it. I'm only hearing them on paper, that is being done on paper. So as far as I'm concerned, we are in a very tough situation here. We have to look at, and again, bearing in mind also that they are dealing with people who are experts in protest. Yes. They know how to do this. They've been doing it before. Yes. They know when to, they know how to organize people to make them do this thing. So what you have been doing before, if you see other people doing it against you, you will be thinking, because you know your reason why you are doing your own, why you are doing it. So when another person is doing it, you will say, probably this is why they are also doing it. So maybe probably when they were doing their own, they have a political, what's it called, underneath. So probably they have another agenda underneath. And that's why they are looking at it as other people who are doing protests today are doing it just to bring down the government. Is there hardship on the land? Yes. Has government be able to mitigate the hardship? The answer is no. So there is a basis for protest to let the government know that we are not okay, we are not happy with you. Please improve and do more on what you have been doing. Even if I thought you have been doing anything, we are not seeing the result. And if you are doing, people who talk about effort without result, it goes to nowhere. If you play like matter of a game of football, you do all the pass
possession,
just like Arsenal. Yes. When that was there, and they will play beautiful football. I am an Arsenal fan. Yes. They play beautiful football. Mourinho will come and pass the bosses. He will win the game, and they will say he's the best coach. And they will see Wenger as a. But the one we are looking for in football is given to us by Arsenal because we are being entertained. Yes. But notwithstanding, people will not see it. Yes. So what I'm saying is that what matters to people is results. The effort is not. We do not engage anybody to come and do efforts. Because I hear the CBN government say we are trying our best. I mean the president or something. I don't know who said that again. That we are trying. I will be trying. We did not employ them to come and try. We employ them to come and give solution. Yes. Not try. The try must manifest into results. So if you are trying and there is no result, you have not done anything. No. So as far as I'm concerned, Labour has not done anything bad as far as I'm concerned. Even though, like I said, it's not as if I have 100% trust in the Labour union to be. Yeah, and I have always believed that, look, it is not the duty of Labour alone to hold government into account. Labour only, if you look at it majorly, this Labour we are talking about, NUC, TUC, they only fight for their people, their member.
I was going to come
the majority
to this.
Of the.
Yes. Sorry, I was going to come to this because the question really, I mean, let's look at it. We can pick the fine threads and ask, how much of the common Nigerian does Labour represent?
Like I said it. As far as I'm concerned, Labour's interest is about their members. Yes. And their members are majorly as civil servants. And that's why when you see any strike being called, and you see government promising them who will pay salary or will pay, they call off. Because that is most important to them. So other Nigerians who are not part of the civil society, who are not part of the civil servants, should also on their own, can also on their own do their protest. They need not wait.
Like we saw in Mina.
You don't have to wait for labor if you want to do protest.
Yes.
Labor must not lead you to say let's do protest for you to do. So if anybody is blaming labor for calling off for suspending a strike, they can as well organize their own and come out and say, look, we are not satisfied. We want to continue with it. So blaming labor he said he has achieved his aim.
Yes.
Probably like before the strike the protest was announced. They said they've only paid one of the 35 whatever they said they will pay them 35,000 naira wage award. But today, as I just said, we have been told that the government has not paid up to January. So as far as they are concerned, they've achieved.
Yes.
So if anybody is not satisfied with it, if you are not part of the civil servant, that you are not satisfied, or even you are part of the civil servant, you can also organize your own protest. Protest is not an offense, and you don't need any police report or police permit to do protest. The only thing you need to do to ensure is that there is no crisis. It's not a violent protest. You make it peaceful. Once you are able to make it peaceful, you can protest. So waiting for labor and ask, like if MBA is joining now, the focus of MBA will be to support their members.
Yes.
What will be the benefit for their members? If NJC is, if Nigerian NUJ is joining now, so everybody is about members, and and that's why we see NUJ and NSC and the TUC. Most times they are only concerned about the interest and what will benefit their member. And once they see iota of that thing that will benefit their member, they call off the strike and you are on your own. So reliance on labor is like a line on the opposition party to fight for our needs. Because I hear some people also, they will say, what are the opposition party doing? What are they looking for? Why are they not challenging the government? Why are they not? The opposition party is not in place to challenge alone. You are just like they have the right to be to put pressure on government.
Yes.
You as a citizen also have that right to put pressure on the government. So leaving the responsibility of protesting or against the government or holding government into account into labor or any other organization is not the way to go. The Nigerians should on their own gather themselves. When we did fuel subsidy, even though behind the scene some people may have organized it, but at least majority of it, like for me at that time, nobody mobilized me. I was on my own. Say, look, I must be part of this protest. I don't even know they were deceiving us that time. So you see, that's all. So let's just.
It was for their own interest also.
Yes, it was. They know what they are doing. They are trying that, and that's why they are worried.
Yeah.
But they know that thing they did was one of the reasons we have brought the government down.
12 years
and
ago.
The reputation of the government was damaged at that time.
Yes.
So that's why they were worried. Whenever any protest is to be carried out, they know the impact, they know the implication, they know the effects. And that's why they want to also see a way to say, look, these things must not happen. Because they know how much damage it will cause to them.
Barrister, in taking this home, lastly, let me ask you. There are fears. Looking at the state of the economy today, no power, no fuel, you can't buy food, even to travel. All the inflation is this is hyperinflation or even more than that. And strike or no strike, action or no action, the more things appear to be changing, the more they remain the same. The government is going after BDC operators. Nothing they've done has changed anything. If we continue on this path, where do you see us going, taking this home?
If care is not taken, you may go to a stage where you see people going to a shop and then they pick whatever they want to pick. And walk away. And then walk away and say, come and dare me. We are heading towards chaos if today is not taken. Because, like I said, the government should retrace its steps. They took 2 major wrong steps, and
subsidy is being paid. Because
it has created a lot of problems before now, and they cannot come up to even say we are paying.
So if you're paying subsidy, why are things the way they are?
Because when you create problem in this country, for those problems you have created will remain where they are, even if we are solving it. As it is today now, even if the dollar that we're talking about, the foreign currencies, the dollars and the exchange rate becomes 1,000 naira to 1 naira today, people will be celebrating. The people will be celebrating and say the government has brought it back.
Somebody wanted me to dance.
So people will be telling you to commend them for commending them for what they have done, what they put to almost 2,000 and bringing it back to 1,000 from 600 or 500 naira. It was even how much when they came. Yeah, when Baba Buhari came, it was less than 200 or almost a little above 200. But they came, they took it from 500 or 600 to 1,000 plus or almost 2,000. And they will now bring it back to 1,000. Or that people now saying, where they are doing well, things are coming back, and this and that. No, that's what we have in Nigeria. If it comes back to 1,000 people will be celebrating. People will carry. But for me, what I want to see, the way and manner they are operating today, our economy cannot improve. You cannot improve economy by dishing out 5,000, 2,000, 10,000. But that is the program they are doing. They are bent on doing. Sharing money to people. Sharing money will not change anything, because we have been sharing this money before now, even since the Jonathan's regime. No, I have not seen the impact on the people who have been given to. And they tell you they will give somebody 15,000 and they say they've taken him out of poverty. How can 15 naira take somebody out of poverty? It cannot even take a person out of a recharge card.
It cannot.
So, and people talk about, if the government is bent on doing that, and the government is bent on doing that, they've seen that idea of sharing money to people. It's like they believe it's politics. Because in politics, once you are sharing money to political members or party members or people, you are the best. When you are in politics and people say they don't know you, it's not as if they don't know you. That you have not been coming to them to give them something. So, and that's what they do. They share money. That sharing of money make them more popular.
Yes.
And to gain the trust of the people in terms of loyalty. And that's why you see when people want to talk about our current president, they say the man is benevolent. He gives money anyhow, and this and that. So if you are a politician, no matter how good you are, if you don't share money, you are not. So, and that attitude is what they have brought into the system of governance now, of economy now. Sharing money to say you want to lift the economy will not do anything, because you will be sharing trillions of naira and you will not see the impact. It will be like you are throwing a needle inside water. You will not see anything. So the government should take that tactics. They should do things that will make people gain for life. In other words, encourage production, encourage manufacturing, provide people, provide security, so that people who wants to do farming be able to go to their farm, and because people are not going to
farm freely.
They are not able to do that now in the way we want it now. Let's be accountable. The NNPC, which is our major whatever now, we don't even know what they make in a day. There's no record. Nobody can tell you this is the number of crude that will sell a day, or this and that, or this is the money that. So these are the issues. Until we are able to do all those things and put those things in place, we may not be able to get it right. Okay. As it is today, things are very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. And I'm glad the president is aware, because he said it. I said it severally. I'm aware people are going through a lot. They must be patient. How long? I will be patient. I will be patient. If you are given a timeline within which you are supposed to be patient, be proper. But don't just tell me be patient when I don't even see. I'm not seeing what you are doing to show that. Look, if you are cooking, if you are putting, even if you put ordinary, if you put water on your fire and you are telling your children, don't worry, the children are saying we are hungry, and they say they are cooking, their mind will be there and say you are cooking, but you are not even putting anything in place, and you are saying I should not be worried. I am worried. I am worried because the country, the way it is today now, it may get to a state that they will not be able to even understand what will be going on.
All right, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, I must thank you very, very kindly for making our time to share your morning with us today on the matters we've discussed.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.
All right, thank you very much. And we do hope that we'll see more of you.
Thank you.
That's how far we can go on the main conversation segment of Enterprise Morning. This morning, we want to thank you, the viewer, for also keeping a date with us. We would like to implore you to follow us on social media. Check out all our handles across all the platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube. We're Enterprise TV 7. Do well to leave a comment on the issues we've discussed, and just tell us what's happening on your side of town. Until we come away again tomorrow, I'm Cyril Abako saying thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.